In the early morning hours of May 14, 2008, a calm voice echoed through a cell phone speaker somewhere in rural Minnesota. "Dad, I think I'm stuck." 20-year-old Brandon Swanson had just finished finals at Minnesota West Community and Technical College. He was celebrating the end of the semester with friends, nothing reckless, nothing unusual. He planned to drive home that night. And for the next 47 minutes, Brandon stayed on the phone with his parents as he wandered through the darkness, until one final word ended the call forever. "Oh, shit," then silence. Brandon Swanson has never been seen again. Brandon left a party in Canby, Minnesota, around midnight. He was sober. Friends confirmed it later, and felt fine to drive. But somewhere along the way, Brandon took a wrong turn onto gravel roads cutting through farmland and fields. At approximately 1:15 a.m., Brandon's car slid into a ditch near the town of Taunton. The vehicle wasn't damaged, and Brandon wasn't injured. He tried to get the car out but failed. So he did the sensible thing. He called his parents. Brandon spoke calmly with his father, Brian Swanson, explaining that he believed he was near Lind, Minnesota, a completely different town than where his car was actually found. Brian and his wife got into their car and drove out to pick him up. While they were on the road, Brandon decided to start walking toward what he believed were the lights of Lind. He stayed on the phone with his parents the entire time. For nearly an hour, they talked. Brandon described passing fences, hearing water, walking through fields. He said he could see lights ahead. His parents drove slowly, calling out his name, flashing headlights, desperately trying to find him. At approximately 2:30 a.m., while still on the phone with his father, Brandon suddenly shouted, "Oh, shit." The line went dead. Brian called back immediately. No answer. Again. Voicemail. That was the last contact anyone ever had with Brandon Swanson. At first light, police began searching the area. Brandon's car was quickly found, but not where Brandon believed he was. It wasn't near Lind. It was nearly 25 miles away, near Taunton. This revelation changed everything. Search teams scoured the area around the car and the surrounding farmland. Helicopters flew overhead. Dogs were brought in. Volunteers walked shoulder to shoulder through fields. Nothing. No footprints. No clothing. No phone. No body. It was as if Brandon had vanished into thin air. The terrain around Brandon's last known location is deceptively dangerous. At night, the area is pitch black. The land is riddled with ditches, creeks, fences, ravines, and abandoned wells. Waterways like the Yellow Medicine River cut silently through the fields. Investigators believe Brandon may have fallen into water, perhaps after slipping while walking in the dark. The sudden exclamation during the call suggests a surprise, not a confrontation. But if Brandon fell into water, where is he? Despite multiple searches of nearby rivers and creeks, no remains have ever been recovered. One of the most frustrating aspects of the case is Brandon's cell phone. After the call dropped, his phone was never turned back on, or if it was, it never connected to a tower again. It hasn't pinged since that moment. No texts, no calls, no data, just silence. Over the years, several theories have emerged, none fully satisfying. 1. Accidental death. The most widely accepted theory is that Brandon fell into a creek, river, or ravine and succumbed to the elements. Minnesota nights can be brutally cold, even in May. Hypothermia could have set in quickly. But extensive searches have turned up nothing. 2. Injury and exposure. Brandon may have injured himself, breaking a leg, hitting his head, and been unable to call for help. Again, no trace. Some wonder whether Brandon encountered someone else out there, though police have never found evidence of an attack or struggle. A darker theory suggests Brandon may have intentionally disappeared. But his behavior during the call, calm, cooperative, focused on getting home, doesn't support that idea. Brandon wanted to be found. For Brandon's parents, the call never ended. They replay it in their minds endlessly. The directions, the words, the sudden silence. His mother has said that the lack of answers is worse than any confirmed tragedy. There is no grave, no certainty, no goodbye, just a son who walked into the dark and never came back. The disappearance of Brandon Swanson is terrifying because it feels so ordinary. Just a young man, a wrong turn, a phone call, and then nothing. It forces us to confront an unsettling truth. Sometimes people don't disappear because of monsters or conspiracies. Sometimes the world simply swallows them whole. And sometimes, it never gives them back. More than 15 years later, Brandon Swanson remains missing. Searches still continue when new tips surface. His family still hopes. His name still circulates in true crime circles, podcasts, and documentaries, because his story refuses to fade. Somewhere out there, in a field, a river, a forgotten ditch, lies the answer. Until then, Brandon's final words echo endlessly through the Minnesota night. "Oh, shit.